play as a left wing too. We still have those options. I don't actually think, I don't think we're going to get as many out as people think. I think the injuries probably have scared the club. I think Marino will be here. I think, there's a high chance that I do not think that we're going to get rid of as many players as people think. I think it's Jesus.
I think we rip up his contract.
I think it's, so we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with Ethan. I would love to see him brought back.
It's looking dark, Jess, man. I hope there's something, but we know what's going to happen there, man.
I'm not a fan of what's being, but I was a big pushback on the Miles Lewis Skelly thing.
You won that one. We're going to lose the Nwaneri one, though, man.
It's I don't know.
It's looking horrible. I've made peace with it. I don't want Nwaneri to go. I think Nwaneri is one of those that Arteta would have to go, do you know what? You're my guy. You're playing midfield. You've got Odegaard, you got Eze, you got Marino, you got Kai, you got Zubi, you got Rice, you got Lewis Skelly. It's congested. Right-hand side, right-hand side, I think the guy can get games in it. But I want to see Saka go down with there.
Yeah, that Madueke signing absolutely killed him because it is what it is. My only thing would be Ethan will eventually end up back in the Prem, but we cannot sell him to a Premier League rival.
But
he needs to go somewhere else.
Go on.
Like, I wanted to ask you. Sell him to Dortmund.
Nah, because they give them drugs in Germany and then they look lit. I wanted to ask you though, because I think with Nwaneri, all options are on the table, innit? I think obviously I'm being a bit harsh and it's not all him, but you struggled for minutes at Arsenal. Obviously, what's his name again? De Zerbi got sacked, but you went to Marseille, you're still not playing minutes. There's a reality you come back and you're involved. There's a reality where you're sold. There's also a reality where, I'm not being funny, you're 19, you can go back on loan, because I say that to say this. If he does go, if we do sell him, would we not make more money if he went on loan again for a season and he actually had a great season? Because at no point has me and Jess, well, we have, but we ain't really done it off the back of performances. We've gone, why is Nwaneri on loan? If he has one of those loans, you'll make whatever you're going to get this summer, you're going to make a lot more. I want to spin the block. I want to spin the block as well, Jess, on Bacola before I forget this, I don't know. And I don't know, man, sell it to me, because I'm convinced I'm not convinced on Bacola, Jess, man. On one hand, I think there is potential. I think, fuck it, go and do it. But then I think he's like the Messi of Dononi Madueke's.
Yeah, I think, but it's an interesting one, because what I think we lack more than anything, because there's no out-and-out goal scorers on the wing that are just going to be available. I think for the most part, what we're looking at is more, what can you add that we don't have besides goals? And I think we lack pace. I genuinely do. I think we really lack pace on the wings. It's very, I do. I think we do. Besides Martinelli, who else are we able to kick the ball to?
Because I was trying to say, I would have said Noni, but Noni's bare fast, but he needs to be slow here.
And you're right. KD to Trappy, let's be so for real for like 5 seconds. When I said available, Mbappe and Kvaratskhelia, like, we're not, you know what I mean? I said available for a reason.
We're dream chasing.
Yeah, but in terms of like, okay, what can we add to this squad in an uncut gem, or like a gem that's maybe not as like, it's going to probably be pace. He's also, he's won things before. I think he's a good player, and I think he's probably the best of what we can see out there. But is he going to be kind of frustrating? Maybe, but
this is what I'm saying.
What can you do? Like, not buy? Like, you need to go get something.
Can't lie, Berta's got to work his magic still.
Yeah. Do you think he's better than Nani or not?
What? Bacola?
Yeah.
Just, Nani, I don't want to get onto you. I don't want to rub you out, because you're a Premier League winner at the end of the day. Amad Diallo could never. Yes, 1,000,000%. Because when you said that, that's the kind of angles I'm on, in that with Arteta, these players that we always start conversations with, if Mikel Arteta can do this and do that, I'm on doing that with Bacola. I'm not really on doing that with Noni. Now, big up Noni. It is what it is. You play for this football club. We love you. Bring Bacola because of that pace. But just, I'm not being funny. We've watched Champions League. He gets in behind, and if it's other, like, he does the Martinelli thing. He's missing tap-ins and whatnot. I do think he's a good player, but we get vexed at players that we've got already. So if he comes in, I'm trying to find consistency, in my opinion. Then, if I'm honest.
My only thing is like, if in lieu of being able to buy the real thing, I need to see how you can improve this squad with other attributes that you have. And I can literally see that. But yes, I get it. He's not the best finisher, but what are you going to do? Is Jan Diomande the best finisher? Probably not.
I don't know for him as well. Look, the Bundesliga scares me sometimes, man. Looks a bit hit and miss over there for attackers. I'll be real. Looks spooky.
People asking about like, would you want Mbappe? Like, that's just such a loaded question, because on just the fact of like, of course I'd love Mbappe, but do I want the drama attached to it? Do I want him to be like, I think we have something good going. We don't need to disrupt it with a disruptor, so I don't know. It's a weird one.
I disagree. It's not that you're wrong.
Fair. That's fair. That's
totally fair. Bring him and his problems. We're Arsenal. We will be the first club and the first manager. You have to just shut up, bro. Just shut up. Henry will talk to him. I want Krupi, man. I'd take Krupi over Mbappe, not because of ability. It's just Krupi just looks like an Arsenal player. He's wearing the number 22 for Bournemouth. I'm trying to speak it into existence, man. Before I
would take it too now. I mean, again, I'm late to the party, but I feel like we need somebody to replace Gabriel Jesus. He can play off the left wing. He can play central. He knows it, that, they really love somebody that knows the league. He's young. Like, he fits all of those things.
It's and like big bread to get him though. Big bread.
Oh, listen, you don't win the Premier League to not spend money the next summer. I'm expecting us to spend some money. But we also need to sell. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I would take Krupi. I'd love to get a Barcola in.
I want Morgan Rogers.
The dynamics. Y'all in this, sell that to me.
You don't rate what? You don't rate Morgan Rogers?
It's not that I don't rate him. We're gonna stick him on the wing?
I can't lie, Jess. I can't sell it to you. That was my idea, that you can play centrally. I don't really rate the left wingers as an armchair expert. I think some people are cool. I have a Bacola. I'd have this. I'd have that. I'm not really convinced on Nico Williams, but I'd have him because somebody mentioned him, to the point just where my thing is, fuck that then. Let's just go and get Morgan Rogers. You can play out wide. There's things that you can do there. He's got the ability to get goals. He can play in a number of positions. He makes late midfield runs. The mentality is there. There's the English tax. Arteta can make these kind of men better. But obviously, Aston Villa, they've got Champions League. They've just won Europa League. They'll probably sell some other players before FFP. It goes back to what you just said about Krupi, in that you got to put down the bread in it. Like, these kind of names that we're saying, with the exception of Bacola, because he's got a year left on his deal, you got to be looking at 70 all the way to 100 million. Whether it's right or wrong, that's what comes with it. That's what came with it for Declan Rice.
Yeah, I mean, Morgan Rogers has all of the things to be £100 million signing.
I wouldn't mind Gibbs White either as well.
Yeah, he's English. He's playing for a team that's probably does not want to sell him. So it would be super expensive. But the thing I do like about Rogers that I feel like we don't have is the ability to just run through the lines. I think sometimes we have to be almost overly intricate with what we're doing. Would you like to, I mean, I could see a world where we have a front four of like Eze, Saka, Rogers, and Gyökeres or Krupi or something. So as long as we're getting better, I do not like the idea of Tonali. I do not want him at this club. Why? Sorry, LP. I don't like it. I don't
If we had him against West Ham, Rice could have played right back. It could have been calm,
What does he have that my boy does not have? Miles Lewis-Skelly is miles better than Tonali.
Miles Lewis-Skelly be all right. Imagine Tonali, Skelly, Rice, Zubi. That's enough. Across the course of the season, the other guys can chip in and mix and blend, and that the Ezes, the Odegaards, the Marinos, the Kais.
What does he do well?
Puts in chip.
Besides take whack long shots from halfway. I don't want that guy, man.
He works very hard.
Good. MLS is my guy. That's my starter next season in midfield, by the way. 100%. If Zubi doesn't rest. And that's the good thing that I'm thinking about too, thinking ahead. Zubi's going to play. Did you see Rodri the other day? Zubi's playing in that World Cup. he gonna be playing a lot of minutes. Yeah. So an MLS,
I'll be real.
Yeah, MLS, he may not get a call up, and even if he does, he probably won't start. We got rested, fired up, freshly off, a title win. Miles Lewis Skelly next to Declan Rice.
And Rice back in that 6 as well. It's been beautiful, man. Arteta. See what happens when you go back to basics and you just lock in, like you just lock the fucking what we can do, like what we've done. Love for the super chat, Stephen, man. I've had your thing up here for a while. First they said Arsenal are soft. Now they complain the moment we showed some fight under Wenger, we played beautiful football and didn't win much. But the hypocrisies from some ops is unreal. Sour grapes, my boy. I don't know where the other super chat's gone, but nonetheless, love for it. I can read it out via the YouTube community tab. House of Brown, he said love for that as well. Let me support the family. Emirates was a movie. Armory will be a myth during the parade. See you at the parade, brother. Praying for the Champions League. Bro, if you're not at that parade early, people think because it starts at 2 p.m., you can roll up around then. Well, you can. Everybody's a great party. You're not going to be able to move. Do you know how mad Tuesday was? And it was about, they say, 100,000 people. It's going to be millions.
It's going to be, because people are flying in. It's yeah.
Madness. I feel sorry for you. You're claustrophobic. You can't roll.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I just really rate Miles Lewis Skelly, so I'm gonna really back him here. I can see us getting another player, but I told you I really am not super invested in buying another player for the pivot. That's not not a 6. Like if you're an 8, I could probably get with that because we
I'd love an 8, man.
But I don't really want somebody that feels more like a 6, and Tonali feels more like a 6 to me. With Zubi, with Miles Lewis Skelly, and with Rice, I feel like we could use that money in a different way. I would much prefer throw big money at somebody that's more of an attack-minded player, but we'll see. I think that's why they'd probably more veer towards or look at that the guy that looks just like Nkapie at freaking West Ham.
What do you make of my man as well? Because that marries in with this comment. Like, I like him. I think he's gonna cost too much more.
I think he's one of those like smart signings that could go well for pretty much anybody in the big 6. I think he's tidy. He can go forward. He can sit a little bit. He has a little bit of everything, and he'll be a lot cheaper because if West Ham do go down, then that would be the option that you'd go for. And I think that we could go get him because I just have a feeling that Man United are going to go for somebody bigger. I think they will do the Tonali. They will try to get the Elliot Anderson, so that'll leave the Fernandez. And I just, you know what? I'll be interested to see him and Nkapie stand next to each other because I just have, they look so similar.
Their dad's been a naughty boy, man.
So similar. Like, are we sure we're not brothers? So I kind of like that idea because it wouldn't be as expensive and we could throw them, because Tonali is going to be really expensive.
That's the thing, though, Jess, because I know, it's a weird one. And obviously, we're armchair experts. And on one hand, we know we need to spend bread. On the second hand, we know we're not going to bring in as many players. As you said earlier, there's a number of players, that could leave, that probably should leave, but it's not all going to happen one window. Some men are not going to go that we think needs to go. Some are going to have to stay. So it's like, where's the wiggle room? Bearing in mind, I've said this to you before, and you've also said it, beyond the obvious with getting Andrea Berta, one big thing, because we like to be stability and all that crap, he's got to get the wages under control. And obviously, so many players have signed new deals. It'd be interesting to see what's going on with Kai Havertz and Odegaard in the next 2 years because of their wages. We're going to bring in other players, and we still need to move on. The Jesus is this one and that one. That's where I'm looking at. This summer is better, in it. So then, have we really got, if we, whatever names we said, where we said Krupti or Julian Alvarez, are we really going to spend 100 million on a striker? Are we going to spend 70, 80 for all of the names that me and you just said there in midfield? I would like Alex Scott. It's one where, on one hand, I think, we've won the league. We're going to build on this, which I do believe. But then when I remove my emotions and I look at it analytically, there's going to be a need to flush things out. I think this is the summer Berta's going to have to, quote unquote, earn his check. Not that he hasn't done that already.
Yeah, I see 4 people leaving for sure outside of Kepa and Norgard.
Jesus, if not to bet money.
Yeah.
We even move on Reece Nelson.
Besides, I definitely see a Martinelli sale, a Trossard sale, potentially 1 or 2 of those, Gabriel Jesus, and a Ben White. I definitely see those Kepa will go, Norgard will go. We'll get rid of some of the people that are, Fabio Vieira is going to be sold to.
Oh my God, I forgot he was in.
We got the money already for the homie Kivior, so there's
Kivior leaves, we win a Prem. I won. Zuba Mendy's better than Partey. He's been here 1 year. He's won the league. Martinelli's better than Alexis Sanchez. He's won the league. I'm starting it.
So, and I guess my biggest fear would be, as much as people are talking about, Odegaard and Havertz, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's going to be Ethan. He's all profit. It's going to be him, isn't it? That's going to be the one where we probably make quite a bit on, to reinvest. It's going to be him, because our squad is going to be just as big. Like, our squad needs to be big. And as much as
get injuries.
Yeah. Again. Marino, I feel like I missed Marino. I was like,
I miss him. I thought big him up, but I thought we were going to need him for this running in the season, and he's back in training apparently. Champions League, I need you on that bench. Well, I miss Marino, not in midfield, up front.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, Josh is saying Kai over Ethan is a disgrace. And as like a theory, I understand that. But Kai Havertz has just scored possibly the biggest goal in our history.
He scored the goal that clinched the Premier League. Let's be honest, that everybody's played their part, as just said earlier.
Yeah, I'm like, it's really, if you take our biases away and some of our agendas, almost every single one of these players had a big moment, and it's gonna, and Ethan, he wasn't here for it. So as talented as Ethan is, as much as it would kill me, as much as I feel like we should probably give him another chance, I could see him being the big, because he's going to be all profit.
He'll be the one that brings the most money in.
Yeah, I can see that, So, and yes, I did, Jen, I did. A year ago, I was like, Marino is not my cup of tea.
Marino is average, but that's not a diss. Man that are legends are average. Not everyone's star.
Yeah, it's like I a couple months ago, I was sick of Gyökeres. But as far but that man, he played such a huge role in that run-in. Hey,
he delivered up. Number 14 delivered our 14th league title. I was there. I'm not gonna lie. We can all be honest here. I like Kai and I like Gyökeres. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the team Gyökeres fence in it, and there was times this season I was looking at it. We're losing the war. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna win.
It was dark. I was like, what is he? What's happening? But he is the best example of go get your girl back. Go get your girl back. He said that I miss you text. Got his girl back. And started going crazy. I was like, yeah, keep her. Keep her. So yeah, at the end of the day, Gyökeres, he earned his spot. Like, he's won the title 3 years in a row, in whatever league he was in. And he literally, you cannot underestimate the goals that he scored, and that kind of goes back on what I said a couple of months ago, or like a couple of weeks ago, where I was like, the goals, but they did matter,
See, so we hold ourselves accountable here, people, both Jess and myself. Nobody's always right, always wrong. Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. Like, whatever. I thought Marino, like, I did not want to see him in midfield. Do I miss him now? Hell yeah. Like, I miss those goals. Absolutely. So I love every single person in this team.
Even Gabby, same. Always believed in him, man.
Always believed in him.
Would you spin the block for Nico Williams? Because someone asked that earlier.
No, I'd rather Barcola. At this point. I do like Buadi, but again, the money to spend on another player that's going to be at the base of our midfield, when we know, I'd love a 10. I'd love a winger, somebody to play up front. That's kind of where
you want to love a 10.
Well, that's like the Morgan Rogers kind of like.
Yeah. I'm aligned.
Because Eze and Odegaard, you need to start playing a different position. Like, at this stage, if you're going to stick in this team, you are Bernardo Silva. You need to move someplace else. Move, because when you look at the way that we played against Burnley, right? Odegaard was having a good game, but the way that we play with him is so specific that and you still need Eze out there on the pitch. There's no way that you can have Odegaard out there now without another creative source outside of Saka. He has to play a different position. I don't think Odegaard's going to get sold. I really don't. I get it. I don't think he's going to get sold. He needs a different position.
That's a 2 years, 18 months thing.
Yeah,
depending on what happens. That's not this summer.
I think in the next, let's say 12 to 18 months, I don't think Odegaard and Havertz will be here, but I do think they'll get another season. I think Ethan's going to be the one that gets shipped out. That being said, he has to play a different position. He has to play a different position because he cannot be our creative fulcrum. He can't. And Eze, for me, needs to be prioritized a little bit more now because we spent the money. He's played a big role this season, and we need a succession plan. We're going to have to play differently. And I actually think it kind of worked with both of them in the 8. But that's not going to work against everyone.
Like you said, it's very specific.
Yeah, it's very specific. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would like to, a Morgan Rogers would add something different to this team that we don't have.
We need to go find a duo, man. We need to find them kind of place.
Where are they?
No, but they always pop up, and everyone's getting them but us.
The techie winger, it's it always seems like there's one there, but we kind of missed the boat on it. So I don't know.
That's the thing.
Yeah, so I don't know where they are. But we'll see. That's up to Berta. But I think Berta's gonna shout out Berta, man.
Big him up.
Yeah, I think he did.
Fighting Simeone, doing the most. I love him. Edu, you could never do this, man. Big up Edu for the part you've played. You don't even deserve that. You don't even deserve that.
This can't be true.
What? Are you voting?
Yeah.
Please make my week.
That can't be. Nah, you guys are tripping. That can't be.
Really saying that, people, because on Google ain't bringing up 9.
Yeah, let's hold that would be yeah.
He's not taking Harry Maguire, allegedly.
Oh, it's Foden is also set to be Sammy.
To be fair, Ben Jacobs and TalkSport and everybody's. I mean, Foden can't complain. There's rumors around Maguire.
Now, why are they using Nani? I know there's another player that made it. That's not Nani, but they don't even play in the same position. They
need the Arsenal rage bait.
Yeah. They go, oh yeah, that little funky ass game you played against Crystal Palace didn't mean nothing.
Why they drawing out Nani? But to be fair, and this is how I know they're being shameless here, because I remember when me and you spoke about this, we said whatever people say about Nani, when Tuchel's called him up, he's taking his chances. He's going to go. He likes him. They're nasty for that. They're absolutely nasty for that. Foden don't do anything anyways when it comes to the nation. MLS is going.
But Maguire's exclusion, Shaw. I mean, you can't. Foden cannot be mad. Because here's my thing is you are a number 10, and they have been shunting you out to the wing for years to try to Jimmy rig you into this team. But if we're honest, and this is an outsider's perspective, ain't no way you should be in that 10 position over Morgan Rogers or Morgan Gibbs-White. I think both of them this season have done more, especially Morgan Rogers. In fact, I think he should start for England.
And what's Foden done for the country?
No, it's and I'm just an outsider looking in, but one of the things that I feel like England always struggles with is trying to force these names into the team rather than.
That's why I like Tuchel's approach.
Yeah, it's this is what works. And you ain't done nothing. Bellingham is a 10, Morgan Rogers is 10. They're gonna be going. So what is there, one more spot? Why you?
And that's the thing. Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that is the thing with Foden. And I'm not trying to make this about Foden, but at some point you have to grow up in life. And I genuinely feel we still talk about Phil Foden like he's 16, 17. Obviously, great player. I think in terms of talent, arguably one of the best that I've seen in my lifetime. His record speaks for itself. He's obviously been a difference maker, but I did think he'd be more pivotal. City haven't lost a game since November, innit? And I know he's played a lot of games, but he's not really been one of the main guys. And I thought at latest that would happen when you look at City one day and Kevin De Bruyne is not there, Gundogan's not there, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You've got charity minutes in both cup finals. He's been on the passenger seat. That's why I said earlier, when I saw him come on against Bournemouth, I knew Pep threw in the towel. Like, I knew he doesn't know what to do in this 90 minutes or what's left of it.
There's also like like Bellingham is a 10, but he's been mid for Real Madrid. I think the thing with Bellingham is that he's a part of their leadership group, if I'm not wrong. And also he scored big goals for England in recent history. So he has that credit in the bank, which does matter. I think Foden is ghosted too long for club and country. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just my 2 cents from the outside looking in. I literally don't care. I knew all of our players would make it outside of Miles Lewis-Skelly. I don't give a shit.
I still got hope. Surely it's not come out. I can't. Surely Lewis-Skelly makes it, man.
Miles Lewis-Skelly makes it. I laugh so hard. Like that, like last minute. But
I got my passport. I've made it. But then who's left back? Because if Shaw's not going, I like O'Reilly. I like Lewis.
Light-skinned kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not. You know yourself. International football's a different ball game. Like, it's a very different ball game. You've got X amount of league games, group stage games. You then go into the knockouts. You might just need a normal left back. You know, like not every day invert. I don't know though.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But it's about time Luke Shaw does not make a squad. Like, what have you done? Like, let's be so for real.
I'll be real. I'll take him. You're right. I would take him.
Or for England.
Yeah, I would take him for England. Him and Maguire. They haven't let down the country. That tells you the shit state of affairs that we're in. I would.
That's fair. That's fair. But
if you can bring me another normal left back, like you're just a left back, I would have him. But that's how I look at it.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what the rest of the squad is looking like. But I think that England, if they want to win anything, they have to really stop like trying to force these names in there because the media is crying about it. It'll be because Foden not being in there takes away such a big distraction. You don't have to hear about, but you got to play Foden. You got to play Foden. You got to play Foden. Like, we don't have to hear that. Like, you don't have to hear that. You know what I mean? So
build the team around him. Saka's got to go left back for him. Crazy
if you're smart, like what'll most likely end up happening is Bellingham will start and Morgan Rogers will be the backup, like, or vice versa.
Because realistically, Foden probably, if I'm honest, Foden and Palmer, they can play. Pardon me, they can play centrally. But I think in Tuchel's minds, they're wingers. So that's probably what's going on. Let's get back to Arsenal, though, man. Fuck England. I wanted to ask you as well. Yeah, I wanted to ask you because someone asked you. What do you make of the right back situation, both of what's left of this season and next year? Because I don't think Ben's going anywhere now, I used to think he was going, but I don't think he's going to go now.
Wait, you said you don't think who's going to go?
Ben White. I used to think it. Now I don't think he's going to go. That injury, isn't it?
It's really interesting. We'll see. Because Arteta has tended to really stick to the players that he trusts, and he definitely trusts Ben White. So we'll see. This is why I think that there's certain names that people think are going to go that aren't, because Arteta is like a loyal guy. You have to be on the outs for him to get rid of you. But I think with White, I think it's just the injuries.
Yeah.
With Timber being... this is his second major injury with Arsenal. Whoever's also there has to be able to be reliable. And right now we're just playing like the nasty cycle. So I don't know.
Are you scared about right back as well going into next week? Because obviously I like Mascara, but
I am.
Because
they're the scariest player that they have, in my opinion, is where we need Timber. And I saw him turn Timber inside out. Them first 4 minutes at the Emirates had me so shook. I was like, I never seen Timber get worked like that. But we shall see. Like, really what we need is Kvaratskhelia to have a Ademola Lookman type of performance.
Full step.
So, but shout out to Mascara. I thought he was okay against Burnley.
He's doing his thing. In fact, he probably got he had some moments where he was bugging out, getting caught on the ball a bit too much. But I like that. He's trying.
Pass it to the better players. Pass it to, like, that's all you need to do. Pass it once you win it.
He's trying to do things above his pay grade, which is a rarity for him.
He said, "I'm a right back now." No,
he got gassed. He got excited. I get
it. Yeah, I actually, literally, I adore Mascara. I think he's been a revelation. I think he's been a big reason why we've been so good this season in terms of stepping in when we've needed him. Obviously, the level dropped, but it didn't drop to like levels that we've seen in the past when we haven't had the Twin Towers. So shout out him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in that final. You know, I do think that Kvaratskhelia needs to be off his game for us to not suffer.
Nervous. And do you know what's going to suck as well? Yeah, by God's grace, we do the double. Yeah, but if we don't, I still think we should have the same energy and all of those kind of things. Yeah, but we know it's going to put a bit of a downer externally. Like, people are going, because it literally the parade's the next day. People are going to focus on that Champions League. For me, we need to do it. I wanted the Prem over the champs. You know my thoughts. If you offer me the Prem or the champs, I want the champs. But isolated to everything today, we needed that Prem. We needed that monkey off our back. As you said earlier, to go what would be 5 years minimum of not having that. Thank the Lord we're not in those conversations. Who's your player of the season?
Raya. It's for me, it's in terms of if you did not perform the way that you performed, we would not. Like, there's no way. To me, it's Raya. But Rice definitely has a shout, and the Twin Towers have a shout. You know, it's like all of them have been amazing. They all have been amazing. So for me, it's Raya. But Rice, 100 million well spent. Should have spent.
No one even talks about it. Not bad for a midfielder. Doesn't pass the ball forward. You're right about Raya, because I remember people said he's not not tall enough. You know, the defense is the reason he's good. We don't have Raya, we're in trouble. So I'm about to dispel my own logic in it. Saliba and Gabriel have been amazing. Magalhaes might not be the best version of Magalhaes, but he's had some clutch moments. Saliba's been immaculate, especially as we've had to lock in this last cluster of games. I'll go Declan Rice. Really, we should divide it up and everyone gets a piece like a cake. But I go Rice only because, and this kind of applies to Raya, if I'm honest. But if Rice ain't there, we're fucked. And that moment where he said it's not over, I was screaming it's over. I had the audacity to comment on that post. It is. I have to give it Rice. We saw him move out of that midfield to right back against West Ham. We got scared.
Yeah,
we got scared, man.
To me, it's like having so many options just speaks to how good some of our players played. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with anybody winning it. We won the league, and that's all that really matters to me. But I think in terms of who's more likely to get it for Arsenal, it's probably Rice. Like, you know, so, and I'm okay with that. You know,
yeah, it is. All we wanted was the Prem. All the individual shit, no, not really care about it, innit? Like, it would have been nice to sit here with you, Jess, and not only win the Premier League, but Saka's up there for player this season. Gyökeres has 20-odd goals. Odegaard's doing what them United fans are doing with Bruno. But this might not be your best individual season, but this is your most memorable, because unfortunately, the last few years, some of you have been immaculate, amazing, carried the team. It's all been in vain. This year, there's actually something, and you've got over the line. You know it can be done. All the times, because remember, we as fans, we obviously see what's going on. We're not in the dressing room when it goes south. We're not. It's like a job, innit? They're spending more time together than with their family. So to see them do that, it's absolutely amazing. Couple of questions before I let you get out of here, Jess. Where do you stand on KSE? Somebody's commented. I think it's dead to draw them out now. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say anything. You know, they stuck with the manager. They backed him. We've had quite a few big summers. So, you know, there's really nothing to say. Well, I guess when Josh Kroenke said be excited, there's actually, like, when you really think about it, we have about like I would say 4 moments where people in and around Arsenal, like the biggest aura gambles. That was one of them. Be excited.
Right. I'm on fire. I can't lie.
Also, Eze saying
when
we win. Yeah. So, you know, like
they got Lewis Skelly and Saka for their post-winning antics as well on that topic.
That KSE finally cooked. So I think all we wanted to see was that they were gonna keep spending and building on this team and so that we could win stuff. But the job does not stop here. You must continue to spend money.
When you get to the mountaintop, you want to keep staying there, innit?
But yeah, we'll see you know, how things shake out. But yeah, at this point, like if you're doing KSC out, like
boring.
We can put that to we can.
You lot go do that. We've got a parade. We ain't got time for that. And to answer this manager of the season for me, it has to be Mikel Arteta. If it wasn't that and Arteta was irrelevant, I would go Areola of Bournemouth, or I'd actually go Keith Andrews. Yeah, Keith Andrews of Brentford. I think you lot have done terrific jobs. Where are you with that?
Watching Bournemouth play football,
ridiculous team,
was a joy to watch, because obviously we like the Premier League can be stodgy and a little agricultural, you know. But Bournemouth were cooking. Yeah, they were cooking, and they were in a high pressure situation, and
it was do or die for them.
They played their footy. Like, it kind of reminded me of how we played when we first started to cook, like that, you know, where you just go for it. So I would give it to Areola. I'm actually a little like, damn, do you have to go to Crystal Palace? Like, you know, you cooked so.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm like, Crystal Palace.
Respectfully to them.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, but we'll see. But Areola, you know, if I was Liverpool, I'd sack Slot and get him.
This is what I'm saying. Areola could have some decent jobs, you know. Like I reckon he might go back to Spain. There must be something in that for Crystal Palace.